what's going on, guys? Today what I got for you guys is a 20 kill game using Lifeline. Now the reason why I'm mentioning that I used Lifeline during this gameplay is because it's pretty hard to play aggressive the way I do with Wraith or any other character. Really are geared towards supporting your teammates and kinda yourself, because the little robot that she pulls out with her tactical ability can heal you up pretty quickly, but not really that quickly. You can put on a few syringes before it really heals you up all the way. Then of course her ultimate ability is just a care package, which is really geared towards supporting yourself and your teammates with a good chance of giving you some high tier stuff like a purple helmet, a purple backpack, or a purple armor. Some people get gold stuff. I've really never had any gold things drop from my care package personally, but I've seen it. So what I'm saying is that Lifeline's main abilities aren't the stars of the show. It's definitely her passive ability, which allows you to heal up 25% faster using any healing item, and that comes in so clutch when you're trying to play aggro with her like I'm playing in this gameplay. It's extremely important that that passive is being used at all times. You can literally find a gold backpack and put on a Phoenix kit in about 6 seconds, I'm pretty sure, which is the time you can put on a shield battery. Now of course all my Lifeline mains know that her passive ability is definitely her best ability in her arsenal, because before I was a Wraith main with almost 3,000 kills, I was a Lifeline main exclusively because I didn't know how to use any of the tactical abilities or any of the other passive abilities that all the other characters had. So after multiple 18 kills, 19 kills, 17 kills with Lifeline, I finally got the 20 bomb in the day that I was trying to get that fucking gameplay. It was so aggravating because I knew if I was playing any other character with a good L1 ability, I would have been able to do something else and get higher kills, but I finally ended up getting the 20 bomb finally after about 5-6 games of trying. As you guys saw at the very start of the video, I landed in the middle of nowhere, probably near Cascades, because my random Jump Master teammate literally wanted to go swamps or some shit, and I pretty much said fuck that, just went the other way and just landed near Cascades because I knew there was going to be some kills there. And right off the bat I got blessed with a wingman and a peacekeeper, and probably the two easiest kills I could ask for right off the jump. Now for the guns I was using, the wingman needs no introduction at all. Just hit your shots with any attachments. If you have a skull piercing attachment, that is a definite plus. Just hit your shots and you're gonna get any kill, really. And of course the peacekeeper. Now in my last video I mentioned how the Eva to me is definitely the greater shotgun, but after learning that aiming down sight with the peacekeeper doesn't actually reduce the spread of the pellets when you shoot, I've been using it a lot differently, more aggressive I'd say. Instead of just aiming down sight and waiting for the thing to pump, I actually just run at them, hip fire it, and it's the same thing. Literally just aim inside of the circle obviously, and hopefully your pellets hit them for over 100 damage, which I usually don't get with the peacekeeper for some reason. I always get 8s, 10s because I'm not really aiming inside of the circle where I'm supposed to be aiming at, but that's just me, I guess. I mentioned in my last video that the Eva just seemed better to me, but the peacekeeper really just, I guess I just suck with it, because sometimes the peacekeeper just hits so hard compared to the Eva 8, especially without any shotgun bolts. But the Eva 8 definitely just lets me play more aggressively, especially if you have any kind of bolt with the shotgun. Also what the peacekeeper has that the Eva 8 doesn't have is the precision choke, which makes it like a single pellet or slug like in BO2, the KSG, if you guys know what I'm talking about, when aiming down the sight with the peacekeeper with that attachment. So this was definitely some good luck I had in this game to get a wingman and any kind of shotgun minus the Mozambique, of course. I gotta say I kinda do miss playing with Lifeline because I knew in my mind that I could absolutely out heal the other guys, especially if we're trading shots. I could just put on some shield cells, shield batteries, 25% faster, and I know that sounds like very little, but it's very quick, especially if you guys are just healing up behind some objects. I can end up pushing up with my shotgun or a wingman and just dink them really hard, and they won't be ready for it because they're probably figuring out in their mind that this guy's still healing up, but no, I just healed up 25% faster and now I'm in your face and they're still with a fucking Phoenix kit or shield battery in their hands. So definitely keep that in mind when you're playing as Lifeline. Maybe I'm just hamming it up because I feel like it definitely makes a big difference in my gameplay. If I'm not playing as Lifeline, I could really feel that healing process taking forever. Of course her two main abilities are the biggest drawbacks for me because personally I don't find that L1 ability, the robot that heals you up, I don't find that very helpful. In some situations where I've been stuck in the storm or somebody else has been stuck in the storm and they're trying to heal up, I throw it down for them and it lets them get a med kit off or a syringe off or a Phoenix kit off maybe in time if it's not hitting too hard. And her care packages, which I mentioned earlier, they're only really useful to me at the very start of the game if I have some really crappy loot. But even towards mid-game, I usually end up finding some really good loot, purple armor, purple helmet, at least a blue armor. But in those very rare situations where you just happen to not find anything, especially if you're playing very aggressively and getting high kill games, only then does it really come in very handy and useful to me personally. I gotta say, if it wasn't for that 25% healing faster bonus, I definitely wouldn't even be playing Lifeline at all, because I'd rather just have anybody else that's more aggressive with more aggressive abilities, more useful abilities to combat enemies. I almost forgot to mention that when you're reviving people, you also get a impenetrable shield that you can't take any damage from, and also when you're reviving, you can't shoot back obviously, but you also revive people much faster. You can really bait out bad players when you're playing against them, because they really think you're just gonna sit there and try to revive your teammate because they can't shoot through your shield and they think you can just get him up really quickly, but you just end up baiting them and they run at you full speed without aiming down sight, shooting nothing. They just come sliding at you, and that's possibly one of the easiest kills you could hand somebody. So all in all, definitely take advantage of that 25% faster healing ability with Lifeline. It definitely will get you more kills than you expected, but I would personally rather be any other character. But if it wasn't for that passive ability, like I mentioned earlier, I definitely would not be playing Lifeline at all. If you guys enjoyed the video so far, consider dropping a like, subscribing, and turning on notifications. All of my links are down in the description below. If you guys want to drop those a follow, go right ahead, and I'll see you guys on the next video.
You are the Apex Champions.